on Facebook. I'm going live. Once again, I'm here to give you another reading of the Open Book, Open Mind Challenge. And this time, it's the home edition. Now, I've been waiting to share this story with you for a while. I'm really excited to tell you about it. It's a great book, but I'm going to wait a few minutes because I've been waiting to share this story with you for. I know there's a couple of people that are still tuning in, and I want to make sure we get all the kids to sleep because this one is a scary story. This one is actually not for the kiddies, and I want to make sure that everybody tucks in the kids when they have to be asleep because trust me, this is a chiller. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to put the kids to bed. I'll be sitting here with a warm beverage waiting for you so I can read the story to you. Trust me, you're going to love it. So, for all of those who are just tuning in and don't know what's going on, I'm here to read another edition of the Open Book, Open Mind Challenge to you. As I do every day, I've been reading some of my favorite books and passages from books that have inspired me, that have made me laugh, that have made me really, really excited. And this is one of them. This is a thriller. This book is, I can't even describe it. I just have to read it to you. But this book is really one of those thrillers that movies are made of. These stories in this book it's basically like a Sherlock Holmes slasher, you name it, kind of book that'll give you chills for days. It's called The Devil in the White City. I don't know if anyone of you have heard this before, and we're live, by the way. So if you have anything to say, interrupt me. Go ahead and put a little comment in there. Hey Dana, I thought I saw Kellen in there. What's up? Anyway, this is a live session, so feel free to jump in at any point, and we can talk about the book. Actually, at this point, I wanted to make sure everyone was on and listening because this one is the good one. So, as I mentioned before, I do this every day. I've been doing this for the past 5 days, and I've been reading to you. Hey, Dana. I've been reading to you about stories that inspire me, stories that make me happy, excited, and just kind of make me think. And I didn't want to stop the momentum, so I'm doing this from home. But I wait a little bit later today to do this because I know that this one is a chiller, and I had to put the kids to bed before I even started this one. Because trust me, it's something else. Anyway, so if you see a random cat jump in, a baby crawling somewhere, it's all good. All right. So, all right, Dana's on. Dana's waiting for you. So if you're ready, I'll jump in. All right. Uh-oh. Okay. The Devil in the White City. Here we go. How easy it was to disappear. 1,000 trains a day entered or left Chicago. Many of these trains brought single women who had never ever seen a city, but now hoped to make one of the biggest and toughest their home. Never before in civilization have such numbers of young girls been suddenly released from their protection of the home and permitted to walk unattended upon the city streets and to work under alien roofs. The women sought work as typewriters, stenographers, seamstresses, and weavers. The men who hired them were, for the most part, moral citizens intent on efficiency and profit, but not always. Ooh, that's where it gets crazy. So I'm going to skip you. The women walked to work on streets that angled past bars, gambling houses, and bordellos. Vice thrived with official indulgence. The parlors and bedrooms in which honest folk lived were as now rather dull places. It was pleasant in a way to know that outside their windows, the devil was still capering in a flare of brimstone, in an analogy that would prove all too apt. Max Weber likened the city to a human being with his skin removed. Ooh, okay. So that brings me to the part where I'm going to explain the story real quick. And I'm not going to keep it too long because I know it's late, but I didn't want the kids to kind of wake up and hear this story and give you, nightmares, or you yourselves, want you to be able to sleep tonight. The story that I just read to you is a book, like I said, called Devil in the White City by Erik Larson. And it's a beautiful story of two historical events happening. Uh-oh, there's a baby. That's my baby. See, this is a scary story, so even the babies are here. So I'm trying to keep it low. Anyway, the story is of two things happening at the same time. Two of some of the first events in America, in U.S. history. It was at the time where the First World Fair was happening, and there was nothing like it before in America. And it tells a story of a young architect and a young team of architects building towards something like the world's never seen before, the most fascinating, fantastic event in that time. And at the same time, while the men were plotting their event and trying to figure out how they were gonna perform such a fantastic feat that like the world never seen before, there was also another man building and getting better at his craft, which was murder. So this is a story of the America's first World Fair and America's first serial killer. Yes, I said it. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I had to wait to get this out to you to kind of make sure everyone was okay with with the kids not watching it and all. But if you like thrillers, if you like suspense, and if you like history, this is actually a real story. And it tells about a young man who disguised himself, took on many identities, and was actually lurking young women. He lurked to abduct young women and tourists to the city of Chicago while the fair was being built and constructed by a lot of master builders and architects. And it tells the story in two parts. One from the perspective of the builders and their struggles and trying to raise funds and trying to make this an exciting plan. So that was kind of the technical piece. But at the same time, it would switch gears into this one simple, lonely man who's developing his craft and getting better at his murders. And it's a beautiful, well, it's not beautiful, it's a beautifully written story from two perspectives, both very intriguing, both very exciting, and both historically true. And I'm not going to tell you too much about it because I want you all to go ahead and read it. But I'll give you a little hint. There was actually a movie being made about this, and Leonardo DiCaprio had purchased the rights for this. So, just letting you know, if you're into mystery, if you're into history, if you're into drama, thrillers, and all that good stuff, I would recommend that you get this book as soon as you can and thumb through it. I mean, it might be a little bit of a hard read because it's a little gruesome. There's a lot of graphic details in there, but I think you can handle it. Just remember that I told you that in advance, that it wasn't as easy as reading a happy tune. Sherlock Holmes. They mention Sherlock Holmes a lot in this book because the detective. Okay, I don't want to kill it for you, but yes, very Sherlock Holmesy. It's like basically what most movies are based on now, because there's so many twists, plots, and angles and different characters going on. But this, as you mentioned, Dana, is very mysterious and it's very clever. It's one of those movies that if it ever comes to light, I think it would win a lot of awards. And like I said, Leonardo DiCaprio bought the rights to this. He was also interested in his production company was pursuing at some point to make a movie out of this. So yes, very Sherlock Holmesy. But anyhow, just want to give you a quick read as we normally do. This was not an easy read, but it's a great read nonetheless. I recommend it. I hope you take your time to read it, and if not, if you don't like it, you can blame me, say that I told you about it. But I do think you should at least take a crack at it if you're into that kind of a storyline. It's not something you read at night with the kids, and it's not something you want to kind of you know take lightly. It's a real heavy read, but it's a very exciting read as well. If you're into history, mystery, murder, mayhem, and a little bit of a twist at the end, you'll enjoy this book. So, The Devil in the White City, and trust me, it's not what you think. You'll see, but you'll enjoy it. Remember, I told you. I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna keep on reading, and hopefully you do too. I recommend that you share this with a friend. And as you notice, I'm live and direct, no filter, in the headquarters. Just to let you know that anyone can do this. All you need is a cell phone, even a grainy one, a laptop, whatever you can do to broadcast your message and share your stories will be much appreciated. And tell a friend. I nominate you. Ever after. All right? You know the song. I'll talk to you guys later. Let me know what you think. Please remember to share and comment. Also, give me feedback how you feel about the book once you read it. If you didn't enjoy it, you can blame me. If you enjoy it, let me know, and we pass that on. Have a good night, everybody. What's up, Wayne?